Greetings, today I'll be showing you a demolitionist LMG build that will allow you to obtain between 1.4 to 1.8 million DPS. After I show you the build, I'll show you some videos of the build in action in PvE. It works pretty decently in PvP too. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture any videos of that, but I'll try and get some videos up soon. So let's start with the main weapon here, which is the LMG. I got the M60 E6 Black Market. There's another LMG out there that does a little bit more damage than this one. It's just the basic M60. That'll get you about 35k damage if you can get that weapon. On talents, you got Unhinged, plus 25% weapon damage, negative 35% weapon handling, plus 10% fire rate, and Greased. That third talent, you could swap it out for something else if you got something else you'd rather have there. It's just what I have there. As far as mods on there, I got Accuracy, Reload Speed, Stability, and a bit more Stability. The reason I got more stability than accuracy with that huge debuff to weapon handling, the stability helps a lot more than the accuracy does as far as aiming and such like that, and you'll see a little bit more of that in the videos after the build. So as far as Headpiece, this gives me plus 10% weapon handling, plus health, plus damage to elites. Instead of health on kill, you could do plus hazard protection there. If you can find a drop, a y'all gear mask drop with plus damage to elites and plus hazard protection on it, I'd do that with hard hitting. You want hard hitting on there too. And then the chest piece, I got the Petrov Defense Group, plus 10% LMG damage. And you want extra plus weapon damage or LMG damage there. You want bonus armor and the critical hit damage. Take it or leave it. If it's on there, great. If it's not, that's fine too. This is not a critical hit build, so you really don't need much critical hit chance or damage, but if it happens to be on the gear, bonus. Unstoppable Force. Killing an enemy grants 2% weapon damage for every 10,000 max armor. So with that buff, I do about 46% more damage. So that's what you want to see, is that 46% more damage. So when I go to the target range and I do 1 million DPS on the targets, that increases that by another 46%. So that's why I say you could do 1.4 to 1.8 million DPS with this build. The defensive slot, I got bonus armor plus percent total armor. Anything you can get on your gear to get more bonus armor or more plus percent armor is what you're going to want to slot for those mods there. Next up is the holster. Aerodol Holdings plus 10% accuracy. Not the best attribute on there. You might change that attribute out for critical hit chance if you want. You could change it out for if you can find something that has plus armor on it, or plus LMG damage or plus weapon damage. That's just what I got so far for that gear set. I'm sure there's another piece out there that's better, but you do want that hard hitting on there too. And then in the offensive slot on there, I got plus weapon damage, plus optimal range, plus headshot damage. Backpack. We got the All Hazards Nitro, part of the 511 tactical set. Weapon damage, health, bonus armor. If it was just weapon damage, bonus armor, that would be great. You know, again, kind of the same thing. You want that hardened perk on the backpack, and you want hard hitting on the backpack. The only reason I have this particular set piece in this slot, it's the best drop I've found so far for this slot. You could probably change that out with a different type of set piece. You could do Petrov maybe to get a little bit more turret skill power. Not really needed for this build. You could do Badger Tough if you find a decent drop with that. American Industries, that's another option. Again, it's kind of drop related. There's probably something better to put in this slot, but as of right now, that's the best piece of gear I got for this slot for the build. Hands, Guard, you want one of these because it gives you plus 5% total armor. So it's going to buff your damage after you get a kill. Plus health, plus LMG damage, plus armor again, and then again hard hitting. Unfortunately, it's a utility protocol mod slot. Just throw in there whatever you feel like throwing in there. Because it's a utility slot and not a defensive or an offensive slot. Not really useful for this build. But the extra 5% armor does help quite a bit. And finally the knees, Wyvern wear. Again, there's probably a better set piece that goes here. Maybe Guard, another 20% protection. But the main thing is you gotta get that patience on the knees. After being in cover for 3 seconds, armor repairs by 5% every 1 second. That helps you survive. That helps you be tanky, and that helps you while you're out unloading your LMG. When you're taking hits here and there, it helps. You're constantly regenerating that armor, even though you're getting shot. So it really helps for survivability. I strongly recommend patience. Maybe not the Wyvern wear set. Overlord armaments would be good there, and if you did the knees and the backpack, which I'm pretty sure you can. Let me double check my information here. But if you can do the knees and the backpack, no, you can't. There's no backpack for that. There's other options. You might be able to do the chest piece in the knees for Overlord armaments to get that plus 7.5% total armor buff on there. So you could do these two. And then do the Petrov in the backpack slot. So that would work. You could do the knees and the chest as Overlord armaments. And then in the backpack slot, do the Petrov. And that'll get you another 7.5% armor, which would put me at about 250-ish, so it'd give me about another 40% damage, or not 40%, another 4% damage or so. You know, every little bit helps. So that's pretty much it. The skills I got: a flamethrower, great for crowd control. I recommend when you're running this build you have that, because you can pop that down and you can just unload. Killing lots and lots of elites or named or whatever really quickly. And then I got this just for utility, for if somebody's hiding behind something, I can send the mine at them and kind of chase them out of cover. The base stats, here we go. So here are the base stats. I got 6% critical hit chance, which again, you know, I could probably get rid of that. Critical hit damage ain't really needed. If I can get rid of those rolls and add it to LMG damage or all weapons bonus damage, that's really what you would want, is just stack. Just keep stacking that all weapons damage and the LMG damage. Just keep stacking it. 82% damage to elites. Probably get that up to 100 if you get a good roll on the mask that gives you plus 40% elite damage. You could probably get that up to 100% elite damage. So yeah, there's the build. Pretty straightforward. I'll show you all some videos now that I've showed you the build. If anyone has any questions or comments about the build, please feel free to post below. Also, what you could do is what I plan on doing is taking off the SOCOM or the assault rifle or whatever, and I do want to run this build with the chatterbox. I'm thinking with this build and the chatterbox, you could hit well over 2 million damage, because after every kill you're going to get 20% rate of fire increase, and you're going to get about 45-50% buff in damage. So with those two combined, you could probably easily hit 2 million DPS.
Beginning search query. Beginning search query.
Yep, it's done. Go ahead and set yours.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Gotta reload.